Oh, there's no stopping when you're on the skateboard unless you hit something, huh? That so blows. Oh, I'd stole Claudio's van. That's cool. Hold on. Hold on. What's my priority right now? Actually, no. I do like Chandra's moveset more. Hey, bro.
Michael? Is that you? Where the hell have you been? I've been looking for you for the past week. I called your house, knocked on your door, and no one ever answered.
That's not true. What the fuck?
Anymore. It's so trivial. Don't you see? No, of course you don't. I wouldn't have a week ago.
What happened? You sound different. Your voice is different. What's going on?
What is going on?
Something has happened to me. I am transformed. I've come to understand certain things. I've been exposed to the truth.
What do you mean? What happened?
Something happened to me. Something very startling at first. But now it's just incredible.
Huh?
Are you gonna tell me what happened, or are you just gonna keep acting like Vela?
I saw the soul space. I met a parallel self. I lived so many lives. I am everything.
Huh?
What?
Alex, I entered the mind dungeon alone, and I wandered and wandered. Soon I stumbled upon a hall of names. Each of these names was etched into a door. Inside each of these doors was a life. My life. For 9 days straight, I experienced what it was like to be my parallel selves.
Alex was only gone for 5.
Alex, to experience a parallel life in real time is to become an oxymoron. To be something and not be something. Both at once. I am me, but I am also her or him. I have my memories, but they also don't belong to me. The very act of experiencing a parallel life is mind-shattering. When we are born, we immediately begin developing a series of biases and defenses that help us ground our lives in the reality that we invent for ourselves. In doing so, we lose sight of the temporary nature of life. We forget everything. We lose track of where we came from and only look to the future.
What the fuck is happening?
Experiencing a parallel life disassembles all physiological constraints that have been built up over the years. We see life for what it is, a three-sided box that only allows us to look forward, not back into our own minds where the true nature of reality exists. Do you know what the funniest part is?
What?
I know what you've come to ask me. And I know that I'll say yes, even though I always turn you down. Do you realize how many times we've had this conversation? It's like clockwork. I have a friend. This friend continuously hurts another friend of ours. And soon he realizes his flaws. He soon asks me to try and save him from self-destruction. Every time I say no, and every time you destroy our reality. Maybe
Cool.
it took for me to realize what not helping a friend can do to that friend. But I'm in. Let's win this thing.
Michael, did you see how reality ends?
No. All of my lives end with you destroying everything. But I'm never there to see firsthand how you do it.
Huh. That would have been really convenient, huh?
I'm surprised you're not alarmed by what I've told you. What have I missed while I'm away?
I think you should meet our new android friend.
Yeah,
Alex.
probably.
Do you feel the air? Do you see the stars?
It's daytime,
Your
Michael.
positions have changed. Did you notice the colors?
No.
Everything is wrong. This isn't what it was like. Something is wrong. Something is broken. Can't you see it?
Michael, I don't know. Maybe things feel different, but dude, they've felt different for a long time. The very feeling of being me has changed. I can't really put my finger on it, but something is wrong. You're right.
Do you ever remember things wrong?
No? I don't think so. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Never mind. I suppose not. Let's go back to your house.
Okay. So is Michael just gonna look normal now
We walked back to my
after that
house.
scene?
A strange feeling of nostalgia overwhelmed me. It was as if I hadn't seen Michael in a really long time. As if the Michael I'd spent the past year with had been broken, and now he was fixed. This was the Michael I remembered. In the cooling winter air, I had a series of memories return to me. All of them involved Michael, but none of them felt real, as if I'd experienced them in a far-off, distant life.
Probably that. That's probably the thing that happened. Oh no, Michael is just like that now.
It's a pleasure to meet you all. Although, in a way, we have met many times before, both in the past of our parallel lives and in the future of our parallel lives. I am going to make this brief. Starting tomorrow, we will train in the Mine Dungeon. It is now the 24th of November, and
But tomorrow's Thanksgiving!
Thanksgiving? Tomorrow?
Yeah, and so we should start on Friday.
The world is gonna end.
Shopping on Friday. Just kidding. Seriously, just kidding.
Many of my parallel lives were Canadian, so this is somewhat of a surprise to me. As I
Good
experienced
joke.
Canadian Thanksgiving a few weeks ago. All right, fair enough. Friday we begin.
That's you know what? That's a good goof. I appreciate that goof.
The promise of a future is something I'd grown to take for granted. Now, with the threat of impending doom, I realize how silly it was to do so. And what else could be expected of me? I've lived the past 25 years knowing nothing but a series of tomorrows. In fact, I'll do that tomorrow. It become my mantra over the past 2.5 decades. Tomorrow, there may be nothing. Today, maybe the last day. This knowledge triggered something in me to fall away. It was as if the core of my personality dropped away and nothing came in to fill the hole.
Thank God, the core of your personality
It was
sucked.
like being hungry all the time, except food, mindless fun, and things that normally bring happiness had lost their appeal. The knowledge that this was all temporary had stripped me of the ability to experience basic human pleasures.
Alright, chill out.
What I craved from a sense of normal. The desire to go back? No, that's not right. I didn't want to go back. If I went back, I'd be the same person I used to be. Selfish, unfocused, lazy.
I like how the vast majority of this game is spent with Alex being a complete fucking asshole. And it takes a single event, it takes a moment for him to just wildly shift personality and become not a complete dipshit.
I had no purpose. I was a blank slate that was covered in warts.
That is so unrewarding.
I was going to defeat whatever was coming from my reality. Even if it was me. I would defeat myself. What that meant, I didn't know. But I was prepared to do whatever it took. I liked what I was becoming. What I didn't like was wasting time eating turkey, cranberry sauce, and mashed potatoes.
Fair.
It's 7:05 a.m. This is the earliest you've been up since you had that 7:30 class. And even then, you woke up at 7:30.
Feels good. I was so excited to get to the mine dungeon I barely slept last night.
Impressive. Well, get to work. Remember, you can choose to go to the mine dungeon or visit your friends in town. You can only do one or the other. You have about a month until the new year comes.
Wait.
It's hard to do both in a day. Try and spend as much time in the mine dungeon as you can. If you
Wait.
don't train hard enough, you might not be strong enough by the time the end comes.
Got it. Today I'll...
You... You turned this into a Persona game. Train in the Mine Dungeon is literally just go to fucking Tartarus. I think I hate this. I'm pretty sure I hate this. I'm pretty sure this is really bad. Okay, so what's everybody's levels? Alex is 32. So wait, what's up with the mine dungeon now? Is it... What does it mean, train in the mine dungeon? Like, the game makes it sound like you're going to do something? But what... But like, all you're doing is leveling up. So really what the game wants you to do is explore and go fight enemies in the dungeons on the world map. And then come into the mine dungeon and level up? And that takes an entire fucking day? Unless there's somewhere in here for me to train. Maybe if I go to the phone? There'll be something? I don't get it. Why would you obviously make what I assume is the last act of your game a specific homage to Persona and then not really follow through with it? Like, is there something here? Am I missing something? Why does going to the mine dungeon take an entire day? Why does that take an entire fucking day? Hold on. I'm gonna go look this up because I'm really confused. Okay, so looking at a few posts on Reddit about the game, it seems like my current idea for progress is going to the monster dens, fighting the enemies, and getting our characters to the appropriate level to be able to fight, you know, the last fight or whatever. I think I have finally realized why the mine dungeon is laid out the way that it is. Because I think they were originally planning for it to be a Tartarus. Like, there's no other explanation for why the mine dungeon is the way it is. And why the game literally says, go train in the mine dungeon. And why that, like, just leveling up would progress an entire day at this point, right? Like, I feel like they literally wanted the mine dungeon to be this game's version of Tartarus, and then they, like, scrapped it or cut it or didn't have time or something. And the mine dungeon was just, like, repurposed into the shitty leveling system. That is the only way that I can make sense of what is happening right now. Also, I don't know why LP Toss suddenly does like a fuck ton more damage than it did before. I can't reckon there's any reasonable explanation for that, but I mean, we can totally sweep every fight pretty easily now, so that's nice. That's pretty cool. And I barely have to, like, put any skill into doing the LP toss at all. Like, barely any effort is required to get, like, massive damage on it now.
LP toss.
Why is that? What happened? What changed? What changed that suddenly made LP toss so effective? Because it definitely wasn't like that before. Like, what did I do? What did the game do? Did I reach a certain level threshold where the game was like, alright, we'll let you do like real damage now, I guess.
LP toss.
Okay, so we have finished this monster den. I wonder if time even progresses if we're just like wandering around, you know? Does time only progress when we are like when we go back home? There we go.
LP toss.
Boy, we sure can just kill everything mostly in one hit now. Michael did 12 damage. Do I need to get them new equipment and stuff? Are there like ultimate weapons for everybody? Is that a thing that I should think about? While we're in Frankton, let's go take a look at some of the stores and see if we can get everybody some better equipment so they can do more damage. I don't know if I like the direction that this game is taken. I mean, it feels more like an RPG now, right? Like, it feels like a real game. Oh. You can buy a pog from him, huh? That's pretty poggers. Okay, let's go to the record. Go to the record stop. See if we can get literally anything new. Mog Liberation. That's probably not better than what Bella has now, right? Because Vela literally has like a battle axe. A simple point and shoot. Okay. Equipment. Oh. Why is Michael in our party at all, actually, now that I think about it? Oh, no, that's just worse. Okay. Can we get Chandra a new hula hoop or something? Like, can everybody have new weapons? Am I gonna have to travel to different locations to get... Oh, there we go. That actually seems better. Oh. All right. Not that then. It doesn't say anywhere that it decreases her speed. Also, the plastic hula hoop doesn't... Okay, well, that's objectively worse. I wonder if I can go into the mine dungeon through a phone and kind of like level up without... Reservoir? What's this? Why are there so... Oh, we've been here.